How's it, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of UFC Africa. This week we will be discussing UFC 281, and to be more precise, we'll be covering Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira and Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. There are a lot of great fights lined up this weekend, but in this episode we'll only be chatting about these four fighters. So guys, please do comment below when you have a chance, and please subscribe. Please also drop past our Twitter handle and give us a follow for all your live UFC news. So in this episode, I'm only going to highlight Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira and Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier. Why? I think these two fights are going to be electric, and they might even get fights of the night. Also, I don't want to make my episode too long because we have so many good fighters on the card. I also have no interviews this week, and Drickus, if you're listening, it would be an honor, sir. Please be my next guest. So first things first, let me cover some stats on Mr. Israel Adesanya. Israel was born in Lagos, Nigeria on the 22nd of July 1989. That makes him around 33 years old, but he currently lives in New Zealand. He is the current middleweight champion of the world and has 5 successful title defenses. He has also achieved 5 Performance of the Night bonuses, which proves he means business and likes to show off. He has 23 wins and 1 loss. He won 15 of his fights by knockout, 8 fights on decision, and 1 loss by decision. His loss came from Jan Blachowicz, who was the light heavyweight champion at the time, when Israel tried to become double champ by moving up a division. What is really making the news is how Alex Pereira beat him not once, but twice. The second time by knockout. Yeah, check this out. So here's something you might not have known about Israel. He competed in dance competitions across New Zealand before he took up fighting. Funny, right? Now you know why he does all those fancy moves and entrances before the fights. Bit corny, but I guess some folks enjoy it. That brings us to his opponent, Alex Pereira. Alex was born in Brazil on the 7th of July 1987, which makes him 2 years older than Israel, 35 years old. Alex is the number 1 contender and used to be the former Glory middleweight and light heavyweight champion. That's right, 2 division champ. He has 6 wins and 1 loss, and his loss came from Camille Atoni by a rear naked choke. I just want to add that I think that submission move should be removed from the UFC. Some guys are just too lucky winning this way. Personally, it's a cock move to win. This is UFC and MMA, not hug a guy from the back show. Guys, the next fight in my books for this weekend is Mike Chandler and Dustin Poirier. Let's quickly jump into Mr. Chandler's stats. Michael was born in Missouri, USA on April 24, 1986, which makes him around 36 years old. He is currently number 5 in the lightweight division of the UFC and will be going up against Dustin, who is ranked at number 2. He has 23 wins and 7 losses. 11 of those wins were by knockout, 7 by submission, and 5 wins by decision. He unfortunately lost 4 of his fights by being knocked out and 3 losses by decision. What you didn't know about Mike is he's married and adopted 2 sons, and also owns a training camp, a fitness and MMA gym. He always says, "I'll see you at the top," which kind of makes me laugh at the media day interviews when Dustin himself said, "See you at the top." Check it out.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. See you at the top.
That brings me to Dustin Poirier. Dustin was born in Louisiana on January 19 in 1989, making him around 33 years old. He is currently ranked number 2 in the lightweight division of the UFC, so this fight is kind of actually a step down. Can a person actually say that? He has 28 wins and 7 losses in his career, 14 knockouts, 7 by submission and 7 by decision. Justin has also been knocked out twice, lost by submission 3 times, and 2 losses by decision. What you didn't know about Dustin is that he dropped out of 9th grade because of street fights and fighting. You can also find out more about this in his documentary called FIGHTVILLE. I've got the link below in the description. there you have it, guys. That was a quick introduction to two of the fighters at UFC 281 this weekend. Don't miss out. It's on Sunday morning, 5 a.m. South African time. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe and see you in the next episode.